Donald Trump posted something completely unhinged on Truth Social, threatening Iran with what he describes as a massive armada and warning that the next attack would be way worse than previous strikes. The winner of the inaugural FIFA Peace Prize wrote that the fleet is ready to act with speed and violence and warned Iran that time is running out. He marketed himself as the anti-war president. Tulsi Gabbard, who was the only anti-war Democrat, then became a Trump supporter and said Trump's really the only anti-war candidate. And he was going to end endless wars and keep us out of wars and whatever. And I guess there are people out there who still believe he is the peace candidate. He posted the following, quote, "A massive armada is heading to Iran. It is moving quickly with great power, enthusiasm, and purpose. It is a larger fleet headed by the great aircraft carrier Abraham Lincoln than that sent to Venezuela. Like with Venezuela, it is ready, willing, and able to rapidly fulfill its mission with speed and violence if necessary. Hopefully, Iran will quickly come to the table and negotiate a fair and equitable deal. No nuclear weapons, one that is good for all parties. Time is running out. It is truly of the essence. As I told Iran once before, make a deal." They didn't, and there was Operation Midnight Hammer, a major destruction of Iran. The next attack will be far worse. Don't make that happen again. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So here's what's going on. Trump will often bomb or threaten to bomb people when he's dealing with a domestic crisis. Many of you wrote to me and said, David, the threats against Iran are because Trump has the ICE fiasco to deal with, the tariff fiasco to deal with, the price level fiasco to deal with, the health fiasco to deal with. You get the picture. I have no idea whether it's deliberate to distract or not deliberate, but it doesn't seem to work. People don't seem to be getting distracted from the domestic fiascos when Donald Trump threatens a foreign country. Now, in reality, Trump is not the peace president. He has launched strikes. He's threatened regime change. He kidnapped Maduro. He escalated military confrontations. And today, it's another threat for another conflict in the Middle East. And it comes with rising tensions with Iran, reports that U.S. warships and aircraft are being deployed in the region. As Trump says, the USS Abraham Lincoln carrier group. And Trump even references the prior U.S. strike on Iran and warns the next one will be even worse. So anti-war president, that idea, that's gone. Put that in the toilet and flush it 10 to 15 times. But what is especially striking is that this is all happening. I won't say it's to distract from, but it is happening concurrent with domestic chaos, scandals, narratives about Trump's administration that are collapsing, and he starts threatening foreign countries. Now, maybe it sometimes feels deliberate, like a distraction. Sometimes maybe it feels like impulse, but there is a consistency to it, which is that Donald Trump escalates rhetorically on Iran, Venezuela, China, whoever, and then sometimes the conversation would shift away from the domestic crises. The problem for Trump is that whether it's deliberate or not, it doesn't seem to be distracting people right now. People are so, in general, Americans care less about foreign policy than domestic policy because domestic policy is about the right here. Polling for decades has told us that. But it's also not working to go, oh, an armada is going to Iran. It's also not working because the American people are so enraged and disgusted, more than 50% of us, with what is happening domestically in this country. The healthcare premiums that have skyrocketed, the prices, which were supposed to come down, but just kind of keep going up. Not that fast, but they keep going up. The ICE fiasco, which is just a complete perversion of what Donald Trump said he was going to do originally, which is we're going to get undocumented, violent criminals out. They're killing citizens, folks. They're killing citizens at this point in time. The health crisis and the cover-up that goes with it, the Epstein files, I could go on. And so it doesn't seem to have the political power of distraction, whether it's deliberate or not from the Trump administration. People are focused like a laser beam on the domestic issues right now. Now, I do think it's important just to remember that the anti-war branding of Trump about himself was very hollow. And I know that there are people who fell for it. There are people on the right who fell for it and said, oh, Hillary will start 4 wars. Kamala will start 5 wars. They fell for it. But there were also some people on the left who fell for it and said, I got to give Trump credit. My big thing is anti-war. Trump's the guy with the real anti-war rhetoric right now. And I warned you, And I said, he has never been anti-war in principle. He was anti-war in slogans. He was anti-war in campaign speeches if he perceived it would be useful for him. But in practice, he has embraced military strikes and saber rattling and unilateral action if the sissy Europeans don't want to help us. And his base wanted a president, I guess, who convinced them that he would stop the endless wars, but they got someone who is doing very much the opposite. And the craziest part is that it doesn't even serve Trump at this point, because people are exhausted, markets are nervous, allies are skeptical, people are wondering, why are my friends and family, whether they're immigrants or not, getting wrapped up in these operations, and why haven't the prices come down, and why has healthcare doubled? This is not strategic foreign policy, and it is not a functional domestic distraction policy either. The things we can say are that this is extraordinarily impulsive, performative to a great degree, and really dangerous for the long-term stability of the United States. Anti-war Trump, give me a break. If you were shopping for a new mattress, I would recommend you start by looking at Helix Sleep, the mattress I've been sleeping on for years, the only one that I recommend because they custom tailor it to your needs. I took their sleep quiz. It took a minute or two. I said, I like to sleep on my stomach. I tend to feel hotter in the middle of the night rather than colder. I like medium firm. And Helix just nailed it, matched me with the perfect mattress. Most people don't even know where to start when you're looking for a mattress, and Helix just makes it easy. There is really no substitute for the mattress that's right for you. Your body will thank you. Delivery was fast, setup was easy. You do get 100 nights to try it out. They'll even take away your old mattress. Go to helixsleep.com/Pakman and you'll get 20% off site-wide. The link is in the description.